everyone. Myself, I am J. Venkatesh, Assistant Professor in Triple Department. Now I want to explain about brake test on three-phase slip ring induction motor. This test is similar to the brake test we have learnt in the electrical machine 1 lab, but the difference is there we have used the DC motor. Here we are using the AC motor, that is induction motor, and we are giving the supply 3-phase. In the induction motor there are two categories, slip ring and squirrel cage. Here we are using slip ring for this brake test. Coming to the circuit diagram, here we are applying the 3-phase voltage, that is 415 volts, and with the help of TPST switch we have to give the supply to the motor. There in the DC machine slab we have used the starter to start the motor, but here we are using a 3-phase auto transformer and its another name is dimmer stat. By using this 3-phase auto transformer we have to smoothly, uniformly apply the rated voltage 415. It has to reflect on the voltmeter 0 to 600 volts, and it is MI type, that means moving iron type, since we have used the AC supply, and the ammeter is also MI type, and we have taken the rating 0 to 10 amperes. And here the wattmeters, there are two wattmeters, one is W1 and W2, and in the wattmeter there are two different coils. One is the current coil and second one is the potential coil. Okay, and this is the M, L, C, V, the terminals of the wattmeter. And coming to the induction motor, this is the stator winding, and internally it is the rotor winding. And here the wattmeter is of UPF type, unity power factor type, and both the wattmeters W1 and W2. Okay, and this induction motor has been mechanically coupled with the brake drum, and by using the spring S1 and S2 we have to apply the load on the induction motor. When we initially we have to apply the rated voltage in the voltmeter, and gradually we have to apply the load S1 and S2. Based on that we have to note down the current and the W1 W2 wattmeter readings, and the speed and the torque, and the spring balance S1 and S2, and the slip and the power factor, and the output power, and finally the efficiency of the induction motor. Coming to the formulas and the equations of the various parameters, coming to first one is the torque. Torque here is the difference between the two spring and along with gravity, and also R, it is the R is the brake drum radius. And coming to the slip percentage, it is the difference between synchronous speed and the rotor speed, okay, into 100. And coming to the output power, it is equal to 2 pi nt by 60. Here the n we have to take the rotor speed. And coming to the efficiency, as we know, the output by input power along with 100. The input power is simply the summation of wattmeter reading W1 and W2, and the power factor is P input by root 3 into Vi. Based on these tabular readings, we have to draw the characteristics of the induction motor. Firstly, we have to draw the characteristic between the speed and the output power. Generally, based on we are applying the load, gradually the speed gets reduced. And coming to other important characteristics, we have to take the power output on y-axis. On the x-axis, 4 different parameters we have to take: torque, and the efficiency, and the slip, and the power factor. And the efficiency gradually it will rise and it will decrease, and the torque it will goes on increase based on the increasing in the weight, that means load. And the slip also gradually it will increase, and the power factor also it will increase. This is the model characteristics of the slip ring induction motor when we conduct the